Get ready for your daily dose of marketing strategies and tactics from entrepreneurs with the guile and experience to help you find success in any marketing capacity. You're listening to Marketing School with your instructors, Neil Patel and Eric Su.
Welcome to another episode of Marketing School. I'm your host, Eric Su.
And I'm Neil Patel.
And today we're going to talk about why you shouldn't be scared to spend money on marketing. I think we have a few case studies we can talk about here, but I guess I can kick things off. For this one, a lot of people, when they come to us, whether it's Neil or myself, they always talk about, we have this, $5,000 or so budget, and that's all we can do to test. And the thing is, that's not how advertising works or, any type of marketing at all. If you see something working, if you see any semblance of traction at all, you go all in on it. So you can't be scared to spend money. A lot of people are a little gun shy initially, especially when they've never really done many marketing campaigns at all, which is understandable. You have to understand, like you talk about the big direct response marketers out there that are really killing it, that are, just spending $1 to make $10. They've spent a lot of money up front to learn a lot of lessons to build the machine that they have today. So you can't be scared to spend money because scared money doesn't make money.
And the thing too is just like with marketing, it's okay to be scared. It's natural. It's natural to not know what kind of ROI that you're going to end up generating. It was funny. So the other day, someone tried to offer me a job, and I don't get offered jobs too often. But this person was willing to pay me whatever, like I'm talking about over $10 million to work from full time. And they wanted to make most of it performance based, like maybe $1 million or $2 million base salary, and the rest purely based off of performance. And I didn't care for the job, nor would I take it, but I'll just entertained it because a friend wanted me to do it because they were the recruiter and they would look good if I just sat down for the interview. So I was like, sure, whatever. If you come to me, I'll spend 30 minutes in the interview. And they did. They flew to me. I spent 30 minutes and that was it. But this company, they're just like, yeah, we have a ton of money to spend on marketing. We don't do any marketing right now, but we're worth hundreds of millions of dollars, if not over $1 billion. And this company had a ton of revenue all through enterprise. And what they wanted to do is they're like, all right, what's going to be my ROI if we spend X dollars? And marketing really doesn't work like that when you haven't started off. You have to be willing to spend money. And they only wanted to spend money directly for results. And I went in there telling them that I'm not going to be a good fit for this job, even though I knew what I was going to get paid. And I quickly told them that, hey, there's an issue with the way you guys are thinking about this too. Marketing doesn't work that you spend money and you make more. Sure, once you're established, yes. But at the beginning, it's just really testing the waters. You're throwing away money in different areas and you don't know if you're going to get a single ROI or not. I'm not saying you need to throw away $1 million. I'm not even saying you need to throw away thousands and thousands of dollars, right? It depends on your skill. These guys wanted to grow extremely fast, so they would probably have to burn like $250,000 before they figured out what would work and what wouldn't. But if you don't care to grow as fast, like making extra $50, $100 million a year in revenue through online marketing within a 12 or 24 month period, you can start off really small and you don't have to burn much cash at all. But the point is, if you're not willing to test the waters, you will not know how to generate an ROI from marketing. I don't care how good of a marketer someone may be, even me. If you work with me, just because I know content marketing works, it doesn't mean it's going to work as well for your business as it does for mine.
So Neil brings up a really good point around having to establish and set a baseline when you're starting. And I get the same problem too. When a lot of clients come to Single Grain, they're asking, well, what kind of ROI are we going to get from this? What can we expect to get? And the answer is, if you haven't started anything yet, you can't really say anything because you don't have a baseline to build off of. After the first month or so, after the first couple weeks, you have a baseline to go off of. Then you can start to project things out. But it's hard to set any projections before you have anything set. Now, what I can share, I guess, from experience is similar story to Neil. This company, they're willing to pay the team members, the employees, a lot of money, but they weren't willing to spend on advertising. So, they would spend, $300,000 for, this executive, like another $300,000 for another CTO. But when it came to investing in technology or when it came to investing in marketing, they just said, well, we're only going to spend $10,000 a month. And That's what hamstrung them. Even though the product launch was for $1.2 million, if they spent a lot more upfront, it probably could have been for more than that. So when it comes to marketing, you can't just set like an arbitrary budget. If things take off, that's when you you release the floodgates and you go all in on it. So I think it's the same thing with other campaigns that are going on right now. I mean, it's not just advertising. Even for the content that we invest in, for us right now, I think we're investing probably $5 or $6 a month just in content, and we're not getting immediate returns. For us in the past couple of years, I'll just say our blog was maybe getting like 10 times less traffic for single grain, maybe even more than that. But we've continually just held the course there, stayed consistent with it, and now we're investing even more into it. Really looking to build that out. I mean, Neil, maybe you can talk about kind of what you invest into content marketing, because that's a big play for you.
Yeah, so where I'm investing into is the biggest thing is PR. And I know that sounds crazy. Content production isn't that expensive. Infographics, yeah, but I can get a really good infographic made for $1,000. My biggest expense is really PR. So for example, I just hired a PR company in Brazil. It's a bit more than $10,000 a month. I have a PR company here in the US. I pay them, I think, $10,300 a month. So I do this all around the world for different regions we expand into because it pushes our content out there. The other area that I spend a lot of money with content marketing is finding people who do outreach. So I have a guy named Grant who heads up all of Latin America, and he reaches out to magazines and gets me columns in these physical magazines. And what that does is it creates a bigger brand. When you create a bigger brand, more people Google you, they read your blog, you get a much more loyal following, and the content does way better. I used to just purely invest in link building, creating content, infographics, and that's it. But I found that when I put the money into PR and more unique strategies like getting columns in magazines, it has a much bigger effect over a course of 6, 7, or 9 or 10 months.
Love it. I really don't have much more to add around this. I think it's, you just have to pony up and, suck it up a little bit, and then you're going to start to see the results. So with that being said, I think that's it for this episode of Marketing School. So we'll see you in tomorrow's.
This session of Marketing School has come to a close. Be sure to subscribe for more daily marketing strategies and tactics to help you find the success you've always dreamed of. And don't forget to rate and review so we can continue to bring you the best daily content possible. We'll see you in class tomorrow, right here on Marketing School.